Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to speak too much. This is Rich220. This is another racist fucking loser. So, here we go. We're going to skip forward because it doesn't get good until it starts, until about the middle somewhere.
For $20. The headlights are not dim and dismal. They're actually pretty bright. Even the gauge cluster, all the gauges light up. The gas gauge, the heater gauge, the speedometer, all that stuff. But for some reason, even after valve adjustment and everything else, this car still will not start up.
Hey, Dad, can you make out that school company on his shirt?
The speedometer, all that stuff.
I don't know if you guys, this is the live. If you guys can somehow find out, that's the school he works for, I'm assuming.
This is old though, dude, so it's hard to say.
But for some reason, even after valve adjustment and everything else, this car still will not start up.
School?
So it can only be one of two things. It could be that the points aren't set, and it can't be that it ain't getting spark, because I know it's getting spark.
Think about the logic, you guys. Rich has done head gaskets and things that only need to be done once. And he's done them multiple times. With no difference in results.
Nothing else I can think of. After that, I'm stumped. You know, the only thing I'd be able to do then after that would be to pull the distributor out after it's, you know, put in on top dead center once again and see if that's messed up. But that can't be either, because I actually made sure it was on the compression stroke when the valves closed. So I don't get it. This is the first time that a car's stumped me to this point. Even after all this. I mean, that thing should have no problem running.
Who do you think's smarter, Richard?
The sound of it is normal. The cranking of it is normal. It's not grinding or anything like that. You're not hearing anything that's sounding like it doesn't
somewhat do the work.
You know, like it doesn't sound right. It sounds perfect, you know?
I mean, you can't make a point system work, but let's just let that one.
Hey, David, how you doing? What's going on? You're early this morning. I'm surprised anybody's in here. I guess the early bird catches the worm, huh?
Your chain smokes so bad, dude. The house is just full of cigarettes.
I have worked so much on this car, and I thought that it would have paid off, but maybe it's just like I said, it's a couple things that are stumping me. You know, it might be the points. It could be the spark plugs fouled out. You know, that Marvel's Mr. Oil. I guess sometimes they're a little harder to get them out of the cylinders. You know, as far as shooting the Marvels out with the spark plugs off than I thought. Maybe there's still some in there, and
enough compression there to make
it
fucking
fouled out the plugs. There's a good possibility of that.
You got two cylinders. It's uneven as fuck. I mean, so anyway, it does a lot of run like shit and shimmy and shake.
But I really don't know what else to do other than that. If you got any ideas, let me know.
Rich, get away from it.
I'm going to call a buddy of mine. I'm going to have him take a look at it, because he works at a dealership. And if he tells me I did everything right, then you know what? There's nothing more to be done. No, I don't. See, the thing is, before I did the valve test, okay, what I did was I lined up the harmonic balancer. Hey, Uncle Ron, how you doing?
So you guys, guess how much fucking money I just spent on that fucking Mustang? That you guys we've seen coming up on the main channel? Go check out the main channel, Poor Man's Beach Shop. Dude, for a firewall and two frame rails, front frame rails, was fucking, what did it come up to? $887 and some change?
Something like that.
Jesus. But I think when we get the car done, I think it'll be a decent
maybe a couple
car.
points off or before or whatever. The rotor was pointed at the number one spark plug wire receptacle in the distributor cap, so that's dead on.
We're letting Dad decide what we tackle next as far as cars go. So
you know where it's supposed to be.
Why
as far as the intake
cylinder itself, Rich, and start
valve
from there like anybody else would.
So the intake and the exhaust valve are both closed. Okay, and like I said, the only thing I could think of it be right now would be just the spark plug wires fouled out because of
How do your spark plug wires get fouled out?
Arnold's Mystery Oil. That's it. I put brand new connecting rod bearings in. It has 2 brand new pistons. They're both valve release. At first we thought that there was a bypass
valve
on
release?
that because the cylinder walls were like extremely clear. It looked like somebody machined them.
That's not a good thing, Rich.
That's not the case. I checked the compression on it. It has plenty of compression.
God,
when I was starting it up the other day, I could hear like the the rock arms push down on the valve. You can hear it go click and you hear it go like that. So I know it's got compression. It's not a problem. You can hear it throughout the engine. That's what I'm saying.
The last thing you want
that's what's really got me stuck there.
If you're trying to get that engine to run right then, and look in there and it look like a mirror.
Well, I just really don't know what else to do other than that.
It should
like
look
I said, those 2 things.
Collar and have a bunch of scratches all over it.
If anybody else got any ideas, let me know. See, everybody was telling me that it was quite a big possibility that I may have dropped it in on the exhaust stroke. Well, this time I made sure that it wasn't the exhaust stroke, that it was the intake.
Dude, you are so stupid. Listen, Rich, you only have 2 strokes on an engine. And buddy, I'm not even calling. I'm sorry, I'm not quite stupid. Listen, I'm gonna try to.
See, I didn't feel like cooking a turkey yesterday. I only have.
Strokes.
I have a 25-pound turkey in my freezer.
So if you have it on top dead center on compression stroke,
you know what I'm saying? I'm already heavy.
It has to be.
I'd be sitting there like.
If you put your foot on a spark plug hole and roll the motor slow and start pushing the hole, and you rock
so what I did was I made 2 pies, homemade, because I used to work as a chef, executive chef. And I made homemade mashed potatoes, and I made my mother's recipe for stuffing.
It would still run.
But I didn't make anything else because I really wasn't in the mood to cook anymore, So that was the end of that. I even had, tins on my
little Debbie,
stove.
We got Little Rich.
I had it all set to make the turkey and everything else. I'm thinking maybe what I'll do is I'll take a ham out, I'll kick this wood burning
I do need to
stove.
put something here in a minute. He is going to badmouth his ex-wife, so if Rich's stepson's watching this, I do not believe like this. No, heard from you.
I believe she
and I'm sorry that.
And that's why she walked away from everything. Because he admits she signed up on that fucking house. Then 6 minutes later, I swear to God, he'll probably go into the house. She refinanced. Well, she signed up on the house on her free will. She can't refinance anything on it.
And I'm sorry he taxed your mom like that.
Cooking on that the old-fashioned way, So right now I'm watching. Which one is it? I think it's Grumpy Old Men. So I'll turn it down so I don't get a. What do they call it? A strike for copyrighted business or whatever, or somebody else's, But I went to the store after that, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, if it was the points, I wouldn't be getting spark from the spark plug wires, you know what I'm saying? And it was throwing it from, that far. I had the spark plug wire right near the hinge for the hood. And it threw that spark clear across to it. So I'm like, it's definitely not spark.
Just so you know, Rich, more advice, not making fun of you. Just because that cylinder has spark don't mean the rest of them do.
Right.
I mean, just so you know.
Any of you guys got any ideas?
Get away from it, Rich.
Will somebody else fix it?
See, that guy Ron Iozio, he's my Uncle Ron. He was a very close-knit, what do you call it? Close with my mother. And well, actually more close to me than my mother because I used to run away from home when I was a little kid. But his ex-wife was also very close with me too. I had a lot of family issues when I was younger.
Ain't nothing changed.
But yeah, he's been following me through on YouTube, and he knows everything.
He's about to admit how he moved off his brother's disability checker in a minute.
That thing sounds normal. It doesn't sound like it's slow or it's dragging. I've actually
you need to lift that fucking engine again.
Charge the battery, the whole time to make sure that it actually has enough juice. You can tell that by the lights. The tail lights, the license plate light, and the headlights are all really bright. They're not dull, or half dead, if you will. No, I ain't got no gas in it, but that's not the problem. You know what I mean? There was gas. There's gas in the carburetor. There's the bowls are filled up.
Okay, I got buzzes.
And I did the whole.
Dad, There used to be like a thing when somebody says like they go, "It ain't got no gas," and it was a joke, right? Some guy says that and he thinks they're serious.
Old gas thing yesterday, still nothing. So I'm thinking it's probably fouled out plugs. It's got to be. It can't be anything else. The valves have been adjusted. What I did was when I adjusted the valves, I had the valve covers off, and I turned it by hand, the fan. And when the number one exhaust valve went down and came back up, I made sure that the rocker arm and the push rod and the valve
he
was
probably
all
does
back
that
up.
and then just cranks
And
the
then what I
fucking
did
rocker
was I
down.
waited until
Don't
it
even
was on
spin the
the
push rod.
exhaust or the intake, and then waited until that came up and it moved to the next one. Now, after the first cylinder, it gets a little funky. There's like two of them on a different span, like not in the same thing. They run in a different category.
Can't make it up.
Yes, I know, Uncle Ron. I know.
Fuck.
I know, and I appreciate everything you did. You and Aunt Clara. Trust me. Don't think for a moment I didn't. I went through a lot of hell, and you know that.
Because you're always a fat little waste of space.
When you was young, I could see why she beat the shit out of you. He beat the shit out of you. Going around telling lies all the time, telling stories, getting in trouble.
Yeah, but I have a fuel pump problem. I think it's the thing, the gaskets inside are probably dried out. So I need a new fuel pump. I know that. What was the other thing? Oh yeah, I got to do brake work on it. And then the rear drum on the passenger side, I got to take that off and pop those old studs out and put new ones in because they broke off. Don't ask me how that happened. I have no idea, but they did.
Hercules. So,
then I'll finally get to finish the inside because I've got the fabric for the seats. I have the foam for the seats.
I'm losing my house.
But from scratch. I make the door panels from scratch. I made the headliner from scratch myself.
More like
I took all the measurements and everything else. And each section is a different, space between headliner pole to headliner pole.
He kind of looks
They're
like
not
Paul
all
or
the same,
something.
so you can't just cut strips out, put little loops in, stitch them together, and call it quits. Don't work
Looks
like
like
that.
fucking Ram Man.
You gotta make sure you have enough left over for the sides so you can tuck them up underneath. And then you gotta put this the rope stuff in around the door frame on the inside. And then you have to get these. You have to make these about maybe that wide, like poles for the post. They have to go all the way down to the floor, and they have to be like kind of curved out like that. And you have to put those in. Then you have kickboards that go, in the front underneath the dash.
Yeah.
Then you have a little triangle window in the back that actually.
Do y'all see the fucking the similarities?
You have to put fabric on that too.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Clara, her memory. See, everybody's moved so far away. It's like I don't even, I don't see anybody anymore, because everybody said, well, that's the end of this. Time to go to Florida or whatever the hell it is. I like staying up here in Jersey because I was always a person that didn't really like the heat too much, Otherwise, I would have sold out this house when I, first got divorced.
Rich, I figure you like the heat as much as you are a snake.
The thing is, now, this is my house, and somebody can't come up here, and claim it like they thought they could.
You fucked that all up.
They're no longer...
You fucked that all up, bud.
Let's see if I can do this with a straight face. Wah, wah, wah. Talking about burning bread on yourself.
entitled to anything on it anymore. They signed it off on themselves, so.
That's why. Come on.
9.5 years of that hell was enough, too. Trust me, being abused by that physically and mentally, no thank you. I did everything for that damn woman, and she didn't appreciate a damn thing of it. She didn't work a single day that she was here.
Now, hold on. Did she work for FedEx? Did she not work for FedEx? Which one?
All right.
She was here from, well, let's just say we moved in here tax day 2004.
You guys from the
That's what she worked for. He said she worked for FedEx or UPS or some shit. That's what I was telling you earlier. I mean...
And she didn't get finally kicked out until,
you didn't kick her out. She
June
left on her own.
15th or 14th of 2014.
You made her move if you wanted to.
And after that, I said, you got to go. That's it. You know, she's sitting there being a manipulator to my brother because I had him come back up here from Ohio because some broad was taking him for everything he was worth. And I said, you don't know anybody down there. You get screwed and she takes everything you own, you're going to be out in the street.
Your brother's on disability. What the fuck does he own? For real. What does Mr. Daniel own? Nothing. He is in subsidized housing, like you are now, with nothing. So what you mean to say, Rich, is I wanted you to come back up here so you can help pay bills with your disability check.
You know, and nobody's going to be able to get you from down there, you know. So I had him come back up here. He stayed at my house for a little while until he got bored with it. And
until I got tired of paying your bills and dealing with your bullshit.
Until I got bored with it.
Like everybody else in your fucking family.
Oh, you are? Where in Jersey are you? You got to send me your address, man. I got to come up and visit you, you know. I want to say hi at least, you know. I haven't seen you in a long time. Since you had that little house there over by Wanacue Elementary, you know. That's been a long time. Hell, I'm 54 now. Got to be able to get together, you know, and hang out or something.
Think about this, you guys. He was 54 years old. And in 2000, roughly, I'm gonna give him a year to know each other. 2003, he had met his first girl ever to touch his pee-pee, and he decides to buy a house with her and move it. Where could be... I mean, I've been that stupid. I've never been blind as a fucking bat and thought this is going to work out great for me. I took it was what it was. I've never gotten in a relationship like, we're going to be together forever and just grow old together.
Wait, didn't you say you're near Willowbrook? Not far from Willowbrook Mall.
My point is, how sad is that, dude? He had lost his virginity in 2003 at probably the age of fucking 30.
Pretty fucking sad about it. I mean, well, he probably lost it for that, but he paid for it, shit, from a $2 hooker, probably.
That's fucked up. That means that, no offense, my body count, dude, is a lot better than yours. Which, I'm not bragging.
You ever seen a motherfucker that can't breathe like him, got to hang out there?
Well, I gotta let you know something, Uncle Ron. I'm actually a lot heavier than I was when I was little. I'm almost 300 pounds. I probably am after what I ate yesterday.
That's not how that works. Jesus Christ, this fat fuck acts like when you eat, it just automatically goes to your belly and you weigh more.
Kind of, sort of, not really, but...
Yes, yeah, that's not far from Willowbrook, I know. Yep. I have a black 2016 Jeep Patriot. Maybe we'll make plans or something to hang out or do something, yeah?
And he never
I'm not
did.
a drinker, but, you know, I can have a couple if I sit and chill for a little bit.
So which one is it? Are you not a drinker? Are you a social drinker? Are you a sometimes drinker? Because for you to go, I don't like booze, I don't drink, that's indefinite. That means you don't drink. You don't do it. Not saying, well, around I'm socially, people are socially drinking, I may have 1 or 2 beers. Or after a long, hard day at work, I come home and have a beer. Or sometimes I like to stand in the garage and have a beer. That means you're technically a drinker. That means you're a fucking adult.
I got a younger friend down the street. He used to work for a dealership, so I'm going to see if he can't, if I can't get him up here and have him take a look at it. I think it's what I said, though. I think it's probably the plugs are fouled from the Marvel's Mr. Oil being the cylinder. In the cylinders.
Yeah, that's it. You figure it out, Rich.
I'm sure not a whole heck of a lot of that.
I got a serious question. If Rich poured, think about this logic. Rich poured fucking 2 bottles of Marvel Mystery Oil on each cylinder, right? What's the chance of it fouling the plug versus hydrolocking?
It would hydrolock.
Exactly. So what he's saying makes zero sense.
He's not.
Came out. The oil is past full.
Run on that shit.
There's no water in it, so she's definitely got oil. There's no problem there.
Rich, what's the matter, dude? You're starting to get choked up. You think you missing her? Think about this. She's with somebody else now, buddy. And she don't even think about you. But judging by your lives, you spent a lot of time thinking about her.
Out of that engine, I'll tell you.
Rich is one of the dudes that I guarantee when she found her new man and left Rich, that Rich got on fucking Facebook and started posting Bon Jovi's fucking song lyrics, dude. Oh, this'll get her. This'll get her. She'll see us. She'll want to come back.
Oil pump.
Shot through the heart. This bitch was to blame.
The oil pan, the cartridge sleeve, the intake area, all the lifters. Jesus, that was a mess. But the before and after picture.
Hey, Rich, I tell you what, man. I'll give you a week. No, fuck that. I'll give you 2 days with no reviews on you, man. If you'll get on camera and you'll get on there and go, ribbit, and then pick a fucking fly out of the sky with your tongue, I will leave you alone for 2 days.
Show exactly, how dedicated I was to that car. I mean, I literally did just about everything except I got lazy when I got to the pistons. I didn't want to change all of them because 6 of them were still in decent shape. They weren't.
Oh, yeah, man. You see the top of the pistons, man. That tells you what, your rings look like, your compression rings, your oil rings, your skirts, all that shit. That just seeing the top tells you everything you want to know.
They weren't messed up or anything, so. And they all held the Marvel's Mystery.
Think about this. Rich had this engine apart, and instead of he has the pistons, he has the technology, damn it. But unlike the $6 million man, he can't put it back together. Okay, enough cracking jokes. Seriously. Think about the logic in this. He has it apart, right? Has 8 pistons. Has 8 rods. And instead of pulling the other 6 fucking connecting rods out, this man literally looks at the top of the pistons and goes, yep, they're clean. They're good to go.
When the heads were off.
That's an armor press to the wrist, man.
They didn't drain.
Oh yeah, this is a Richard Fuller certified tech tip. You do not need a wrist pin, rod heater, whatever you call it. You do not need that. You need an arbor press, lithium grease, and a whole lot of cursing.
Right off the bat, took a while because. When I put the
he wants to save that fucking $40
separate, like the opening, separate from one another, so they weren't like in the same area,
Never mind, you take a chance on damaging your wrist pin, your rod.
Well, I could always stop over. I used to work as a PCA, Uncle Ron.
This man literally, if you guys are new here and you guys are sticking to this video, this man literally thinks that lithium grease is the loop bearings and everything because it shows a car on the tube.
I used to be a patient care associate. I did it for 15 years. I still have a rollover mat in my bedroom in a bag. Like the one you used to
fuck me. My mom
change
was
somebody
CNA.
and set them up and dress them.
Alright, I mean...
It's nothing to be fucking,
Ramsey, I think it was.
Cream of the crop.
And they were really good people. I mean,
Oh, here we go. He's going to talk about his mob affiliations. Hey, Rich, man, I do want to let you know something, man. You're the reason why I started packing again every day, man, because you never know when that mob hit squad's going to roll up.
Did you have family over, or was it just, you and your...
Hey, Rich, what'd you do for Easter, buddy? I went to my grandma's, spent time with Dad, my aunt, my little cousin who's getting ready to graduate high school and, going to college.
Ate dinner, shot the shit.
Yeah, I mean, family time. And you know what? Unlike you and Barry, when you guys do shut out, I didn't video anything. Videoed my dog a little bit. Because she's a beautiful pit bull.
Significant other or what?
No, Rich, right now I'm just trying to enjoy being 26 years old. I've had enough of the getting with somebody, moving them in, dealing with the bullshit. Just want to be a young man for a little while.
Oh, God. So tapped. I actually went to Quick Check and stole some sugar packets so I could actually have some coffee this morning. But I got to make a fresh pot.
Could go to Walmart and buy you a pack of sugar, dude. Jesus Christ. Rich, how are you going to build an engine or build a car when you can't even afford sugar?
I got to go out there. I actually got a table saw that somebody was getting rid of. And I actually am cutting my firewood with it. So, that way I have something to burn instead of sitting there
next month, I go
bringing a chainsaw out and cutting these pieces in half and everything else. I got about
hunting. So
5 big chunks in here right now. So maybe later what I'll do is I'll fire up this wood-burning stove and, slap the ham in there and put the top over the top of it and cook that for a while.
Just text me, let him know, he said.
Maybe I'll save the turkey for Christmas. I don't know.
Because I don't know if I need to go to the hunter safety course or not.
Another thing I've been trying to get rid of too, like I was trying to sell off my boom boxes. And we had, I turned around and posted it 50 boom boxes for sale.
Do I need to
leave a bid price down below.
Buy a permit, or
so I get some kind of general idea of, what their mindset is. It didn't bother. Everybody started saying it was fake and everything else.
It's really stupid for what me and Jake are talking about. Stupid shit. Like, don't put your rifle over a fence and then climb over the fence over your rifle.
These all over the place.
Common sense shit.
And,
know what you're, know your target, know what's beyond your target. Like, stupid shit. Shit that if you're going to be fucking carrying a gun through the woods, you should automatically know.
Coffee makers, still in the plastic wrap. I got 4.
I wonder if we can take them to the Big Tire Rescue here.
What do they call it? Air fry ovens with the stainless steel case in the French stores. I have that. I have 4 of those. And then I have
Lions, tigers on mine.
4 26 packs of Rubbermaid Easy Fired
years back, and they never
lids and storage containers and stuff like that. The ones where they stack up on one another.
You get a big enough one, I'll have it stuffed. Put it right there next to my chair.
That would be a scary
one. You have cancer, Uncle Ron?
I have actual nightmares about that.
I got an 8mm Mauser and an AR. I ain't the least bit scared. He said while he's sitting comfortably in his house.
Yeah, I just don't want to be sitting there, Well,
never
it took
mind
too long, and, I'm reading about them in the obituaries. I don't want to do that.
Running, that's what they want you to do, run.
Sorry about that being that cold, but that's just the mindset, the way I think. I'm just like, that's when it's too late. You know what I mean?
Oh, you're talking about death.
And I've got problems too. I mean, maybe nowhere near as yours, I'm sure. But, like I said, I got the arthritis in the foot, the lower back issue, the stent in the arteries, and,
You didn't even know what nitro is. You don't have no... You son of a...
Yeah, heart problems. I had heart attacks already, but don't got no nitro.
Rich. Would love to fucking strangle you with
High
a
blood
fucking
pressure, they say, but I don't
with a
think so.
fucking
I think
stuffed monkey.
that only gets like that when I get irritated
I'd love
or
to give you a really long bear hug.
spooked or something, you know?
Barry's bad.
Oh,
You're equally as bad.
Yeah, I noticed something funny about that 57 in the daylight. It looks like a dark turquoise, but when it's still dark out, it looks like a dark green.
What? You mean when it's dark, it's a darker color than when it's sunlight out? Who would have fucking thunk it? And I know, like, color mixture, but don't you take, like, blue and green to make turquoise?
You know, I mean, not dark, but... Oh. Okay. Yeah, see, I would have done that other, what the hell is it called? They have another thing for you to do with YouTube that you could have multiple people in your live stream.
Right. Who would have thought that one? I mixed the blue paint with green paint. By mixing the blue and green, and oh, sorry, I forgot. You also got to mix in a little bit of yellow. You make turquoise.
All right, and I always had a problem with it, just like a big black blur. And I was like, nah, you know, it's not really worth it at that point.
Gross. You guys are getting ready to see it gross.
Freaking mucus is ridiculous.
Rough, dude.
It's constant too. It doesn't stop. So. Yeah, see, Uncle Ron, that's what I'm watching right there.
I gotta do more parodies of you fuckers, dude.
Alright.
I'm pretty good at it, but I gotta do more of them. And so, if you're going to talk, put the cigarette in your fucking hand. You know what Grandma said about
it's funny how you
parody?
build up all this stuff after all these years, and then ultimately at one point in time you have to wind up selling it all off, you know what I mean, in order to try and make ends meet. I mean, if it wasn't for this, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't have anything, but, you know, I mean, I was told to sell the house.
And you did.
Coming in at over $200,000, so.
See, now he's got him $100,000. Lying motherfucker.
You know what Grandma said about that parody I did with the fake cigarettes on my end? Grandma goes, tell us it's not smoking. You don't know how to hold a fucking cigarette.
1, 2, 3. I'm up
above this PT Cruiser.
I have an old retired school vehicle that the company gave me. I have the 69 olds. And then I have, you know, 57 and my Jeep Patriot, so.
And only one of them is worth the fuck.
I don't really have much to talk about this hour in the morning. I mean, hell, I haven't even functioned yet. I don't have my cup of coffee ready. You know what I'm saying? I need one of these bad boys. I guess about the only thing I could do today with that car would be just to take the spark plugs out and
Put new plugs in it. We know you
try and shoot the rest of the marbles out of it. Hopefully that'll go out, and then get new plugs.
Rich, explain how the engine did not hydrolock with liquid in the combustion chamber, and you're rolling it over. If rings are sealing and you pour a liquid, such as enough gas, marbles, anything like that, even water, in a combustion chamber and try rolling it over, it's going to stop. And then bad things are going to happen. Jesus, dude. Jesus. And you're older than me. You should know this shit.
Heck, I even have original OEM horns. I just don't have, I don't have the horns hooked up because there's no wire running through the steering column. I got.
Just want to hear something funny. I had OEM interior until my father burned it to the ground.
I run that from. I have a new.
He feels bad. We'll leave him alone about it, but he did. He torched it.
Horn toggle switch. You know, the box that goes out in the firewall or up against
Rich,
the grill.
you're bitching about buying gaskets.
And,
go buy a
the old one
74
is.
Dodge Charger Rally
I'm sure
gauge
if I
cluster
found
and
it,
instrument
I
panel.
would find the wire.
Go
too,
buy one.
You know?
If you're bitching about this shit, you don't even want to buy parts for a Mopar.
I know the heater works in that car.
I feel sore after buying. Well, I found a good deal on mine, but for what other people want, I would feel sore if I bought that
I
shit.
still got to hook up the radio. I got to hook up the clock. The cigarette lighter works. I got a new glove box for the car.
Don't get old Chargers, folks. They're expensive.
Door's fine.
Buy darts.
The owner's manual.
Fucking old dumb dad burn them
I have a
down.
shop manual.
If you stand and watch, pay attention. That's about watching while you're building. Because that's what
I have one door panel.
Make sure when the person says, "Hey, you want to tell me?" You go, "Yeah,
I
okay."
got all the armrests done. They're all remade
So
up.
you're not pressuring the guy.
And I got to put them in.
You done now? How you done now?
I got to tuck the headliner in, put the rope in, and then I have to make the other parts for the car. You know, for the kickboards, and I got 2 new rolls of carpeting. I got 2 rolls of foam for the seats, so I can recover them. And I'm going to make them just the way that picture showed in one of my thumbnails.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Rich. I'm at a loss for words.
For one of my videos.
That's the first time it comes to you, I'm at a loss for words.
So it's not going to be
just why
the same design that it was originally. But it'll be close.
Yeah, but it's not going to be as quality as it was.
It'll be one of 2 designs.
You remind me of that other motherfucker on there that was ranting about making body mounts and shit. Just ignorant shit. Why would I spend 6 fucking hours making a headliner, 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, making a headliner, when I can get on the old Googles, type it in, spend $150 at most for a nice quality headliner, have it shipped to me, and I just have the joy of putting it in. Why would I spend 20 hours making a seat cover and foam that I can buy for probably a couple $100 and just put it on and be done, and have a nice quality piece with all the sewing and everything perfect, versus your shit that's going to look all crooked, probably bedazzled.
The design better. I don't like the black mass of fabric going underneath those pieces that are square for the back part. What? So I'm just going to make them the square parts coming down, and then where the seat is going to be the square parts, and they're going to be tuck and roll, and I'm going to have like an outside border around it. So then I learned my reupholstering from working at a couple of reupholstery shops. I worked at
fuck me, now he's working at reupholstery shops.
Vision Systems in Elizabeth down on
did it all.
I think it was Broad Market.
Most of these jobs have been down for 30 years.
And that place we did the restaurant La Casa Maria in King of Prussia. That was the only freaking job he did. It took all night to do that.
Oh yeah, I can't sit through no more of this, you guys. This is like starting to feel stupid, and that says a lot, because I grew up watching Family Guy and American Dad and just stupid shows with dumb jokes. Rich and Barry just make me feel more stupid than I could feel stupid. See, that didn't even make no sense. So stupid this shit is. 32 minutes, 40 minutes, we're long enough. We'll do a live tomorrow night. Oh my jeebus. Rich, stop. Fucking just stick with Hot Wheels. Because I don't... Just stick with Hot Wheels. Stick with boomboxes, man. Come on. Leave the cars to people that somewhat know what the fuck they're doing. They at least know enough to be dangerous. You don't even know enough to be dangerous. Jesus. Alright, see you guys in the next one.
See you guys later.